This sausage muffin costs just £1.22 per serving, packs 40 grams of protein, and is only 346 calories. But the real MVP here is not the reduced calories or cost, it's the time saved and the mental clarity gained by not having to make a decision about what to have for breakfast every morning. Here's how I prep my sausage mix for the week. 1 kilogram of ground pork provides breakfast for 6 days at around 180 grams per day. For salt, I stick to a simple formula. 1% salt for the pork mix. So for 1 kilogram, that's 10 grams of salt. This is the one ingredient that does need to be measured carefully. Too much salt and the food becomes inedible. Too little and the finished result is bland. For flavourings, I add 10 grams of onion powder and 8 grams of garlic powder, along with a couple of grams of any dried herb mix that you have in your cupboard. Then crush 5 grams of peppercorns and 8 grams of fennel seeds in a pestle or mortar. Exact measurements for these aren't that necessary, as the calories and cost attributed to these flavourings are very negligible. I've included them just so they equate with the sheet that I've linked down below. I also sprinkled in a little bit of MSG into my mixture. Knead everything together until the mixture has a smooth, emulsified texture. Once combined, divide into 2 containers, 500 grams for the fridge and 500 grams for the freezer. The fridge batch is for the first 3 days, so that's Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. The freezer batch is for the final 3 days, so that's Thursday, Friday and Saturday. To cook the patties, portion out 3 60-gram burgers and lay them in a cold non-stick pan. Use your fingers to raise the sides so they hold their shape while they're cooking. No preheating of the pan is necessary, start cold. You really don't want to touch the patties once the heat is on. Right now, each patty is making perfect contact with the pan. If moved, the pan will start over with a new contact point, resulting in less browning. This cold pan method might feel counterintuitive, but it's got its perks. Shaping the patties is easy because the pan isn't scalding hot. No burnt fingertips. A non-stick pan allows cooking without extra oil, keeping calories in check. Browning still happens as long as the patties don't get shuffled around. And finally, non-stick pans don't take a lot of time to heat up. Once the patties have a sear on one side, flip them over, and after 10 seconds, kill the heat. The residual heat from the pan will continue to cook the patties without drying them out. Trying to brown the second side will overcook the patties. While the patties are still cooking, toast a muffin, and then spread 10 grams of low-calorie butter on each muffin. Then you can add any sauce of your choice. Ketchup, garlic sauce or hot sauce, or one of your own creation. Assembly is where you can really be creative. This breakfast, or a variation of it, is what I've eaten 90% of the time over the last 2 years. Here's why it works for me. Time saving. Prepping this meal is like setting up passive income. Do the work on Sunday and it pays off all week long. You're getting your time back by front-loading the effort, meaning less cooking each day in the morning. Tracking made easy. This meal gives me 40 grams of protein and stays under 400 calories. I don't have to track and weigh everything every time because I know exactly what I'm having each time for breakfast, which helps me hit my daily targets without having to think about it all throughout the day. No decision fatigue. The best part, not having to think about what I want to make for breakfast every single day. I can focus on other decisions in the morning, like planning my day, without wasting brain power on breakfast. Plus it's cost effective. You don't have to break the bank to make it happen. This meal isn't just about calories or protein. It's about simplifying life and making mornings easier. So I've shown you the classic way of making a sausage muffin. But variations aren't just possible, they're recommended. Eating the same thing every day is very boring to me, so mixing it up is essential. So here are a few easy swaps that you can do on the Sunday. Changing the bread. Instead of a muffin, you can choose a brioche bun, a roll, or wrap for a new texture and flavour. Add-ons. Throw in some cheese or eggs. Classic additions to any breakfast sandwich. Just remember, it goes without saying, these will add to the calorie count. However, I find the best way to vary this meal is through variations of the pork mince flavouring. Add cumin, oregano and chipotle flakes for a Mexican-inspired twist. Go for a spicy chorizo vibe with smoked paprika and chili powder. Or skip salt and try soy sauce and Chinese spice for an oriental-inspired profile. The possibilities are endless, so get creative and make this meal work for you. I hope this video gave you a baseline recipe of a sausage muffin that you can make for breakfast, explained how it works, and laid out the benefits. Now it's your turn. Try the recipe and experiment with variations.